hard to see. I hate that some of those folks had to deal with that.
Yeah.
What a headache.
It is. It is.
It can be deadly too if you're outside in a storm like that. And hail can get that big. You're talking baseball sized. That is dependent on how strong the winds vertically are going. In a thunderstorm, so you get water that gets pushed up into the freezing layer, it falls down freezing as it does, and then the winds say nope, you're going back up, and the more times it does that, the bigger the hail gets. So yeah, big storms there, and those storms were part of the same system that we're going to see kind of dwindle in South Texas. There's a stationary front resting right over the I-10 corridor, and that's where you're going to find the rain. Little severe thunderstorm north of Del Rio, close to I-10, right over I-10 right now. And again, this is the front that's going to just sag to the south into tomorrow. And along this boundary, we may see some additional activity that fires up late this afternoon into this evening. And we'll watch the radar trend to see when, where, and if something like that can get into the coastal bend. Coverage is not going to be impressive if anything does make it here. But this is part of a bigger system. The central low is up in Minnesota and Wisconsin, and that's where the much cooler air is residing. Again, this front isn't going to do much to temperatures for us, not going to really drop humidity, but it does give us that widely scattered rain chance for Tuesday, and then it lifts back to the north into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, plus the weekend. So this week, we're going to have more of an easterly flow right into the coastal bend. So a lot of times we'll have southeasterly winds. This week we're going to have a perpendicular wind flow to us, and with that I think we're going to be able to introduce the chance, at least, for day-to-day isolated sea breeze activity. I think the best chance for rain is tomorrow because that front will be with us. That then moves north on Wednesday, and it'll just be daytime heating in the sea breeze front, and that's the only really trigger mechanisms we're going to have for any rainfall here. So just isolated stuff. Less than 20% of our viewing area may get a little shower over the next 5 days or so. Muggy meter shows us the high end of humid right on through the weekend. That heat is going to be with us, plus the humidity, and we're going to see those feel-like temperatures. The heat index values top out close to 105 each of the next 7 days, and mid-90s on the afternoon high temperatures, some 5 to 7 degrees above average for the date. In the Atlantic, Philippe, not a threat to the Gulf. We've got another wave developing, high probability for that to happen. That will be Rena. None of these of concern for Texas. Yesterday, the Hurricane Center flagged a little area of interest in the Gulf. They've since dropped that. There's a lot of shear there, so that is not going to be a problem for us. But this year, we're up to 16 storms. Philippe, the latest one, Rena on deck, and as we move into October, sometimes we'll see a secondary maximum. A lot of storms try to develop in the Western Caribbean, then shoot to the north or northeast, and we see our odds go down significantly by the middle of October. Tonight, we'll keep an eye to the north for the possibility of a few showers drifting in. Otherwise, partly cloudy and a low of 76 tomorrow. 95, heat index of 107. As temperatures warm up into the late morning, early afternoon, we'll likely see a handful of showers or thunderstorms dotting the region. Bays will be smooth outside of any rain tomorrow, 1 to 2 foot waves on nearshore waters, and mid-90s with the heat index near 105 over the next 7 days. Best chance for rain this week. At this point, looks like tomorrow, Tuesday, and then it's just that low-end day-to-day possibility. So I think we'll have some rain around, but it's certainly not going to be enough to make everybody happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither will the temperatures. Sorry about that.
Gotta take what we can get, right? All right.